Hey, tonight I'm going to give you my top 5 ways to reduce sugar cravings. I'm going to give you practical tips that you can implement right away. This is important not just during the holiday season, but during a global pandemic, and let's face it, during life. Hey Debbie, hey Trisha, hey Startup Journey, you're new here. Hey Elizabeth, I think you're Elizabeth 81. Hey Amy. So I'm gonna give people a couple minutes to hop on. I would encourage you to grab something to take notes with, because as I said, I'm giving you practical information that you can implement immediately to help you navigate this crazy season a little bit more easily. So grab some to take notes with, maybe some to drink. I am drinking some Pellegrino with lemon right now. And hop on and say hi. I love seeing so many familiar faces. Oh my gosh, so Trisha, you are baking cookies right now? Nothing wrong with that. In fact, we're gonna get into that. So, doesn't mean you can't have any treats. This is all about just making sure we don't go crazy. I turned off the Def Leppard. I just thought that was kind of fun to start with. Pour some sugar on me. Hey, Priscilla. So while people are hopping on, and I love this, we already have a really great crowd. I love having my friends here, people I know. As you're sitting here, you're eating homemade, mac and cheese, Amy. Oh, that sounds yummy. Wow. I'm going to keep these. We'll see if these reading glasses work. I like wearing that. They work, but I don't like the glare they get from my ring light. So I'm going to take a couple minutes to introduce myself as people are hopping on. I'm Elizabeth from Happy, Healthy, and Hot, 54-year-old double certified health coach. I am here to show you what's possible. So the glare is driving me crazy. Trish, you add all kinds of healthy stuff to my cookies. I do too. Thanks, Amy. I think they're cute. I feel like they get glare in the light. So Happy, Healthy, and Hot is a unique combination of mindset, nutrition, and fitness that works. And I am living proof of it. So just a little backstory. I've been interested in health and fitness my entire life, and I've experimented with a lot of things over the past 54 years. And 5 years ago, I left a 25 plus year unhealthy relationship. Zero regret, zero blame, it was all for the best. But there were some dark days during that time. I'm not gonna lie to you, leading up to that time as well. And during that time, the nutrition and the fitness stuff, it really helped me keep myself going and keep it together. Having simple routines, just to have these simple home workouts and eat right definitely helped me keep myself together. But ultimately, it was the mindset stuff that I added. As I learned to set boundaries, as I learned to raise my standards, as I learned to really love myself and like myself, that's when everything came together, and that's when life started getting really magical. Is it perfect? No. My dogs had diarrhea like 15 minutes before this started. My ring light wasn't working. It was a comedy of errors, but life can be magical when you let it be. Let's put it that way, when you just start to embrace it. So, I just like to tell you, it's not just about getting in shape and looking cute in a bikini. It's really about feeling like turned on, lit up, just head over heels, in love with your life. And that's what I want for you. And I feel like if you're here and you're drawn to me and you're watching these, you want the same thing. So tonight, I'm giving you my top 5 tips for reducing sugar cravings and dealing with emotional eating. And this is based on a survey that I took in my stories a couple days ago, because there's so many things I love to talk about in these lives. I've been doing tons of mindset stuff, and it was very close. I asked, do you want me to talk about the sugar cravings? Kind of an owning your sexy type of thing, or manifestation, because I have some great manifestation stories. And it was like so close, but the sugar cravings came in first. So I said, okay, let me dive into this one now, right as we're getting into the holidays and the cookies and all the things. So I'm gonna give you top 5 tips within each of these, or I would say top 5 kind of areas. Within each of these, there's going to be a lot of different things I address. So make sure you have something to write with. And I know that the last tip is probably going to surprise you, but hey, that's okay. So my first tip is not very sexy, but it is, if you want to reduce sugar cravings and not have problems with emotional eating, number one tip, make sure you're getting enough sleep. And sleep balances our hormones. There's two hormones people don't talk about a lot. They're called ghrelin and leptin, but they affect our appetite and our satiety, or the hunger signals that our body sends us. And I think all of us can think of those anecdotal moments where you're craving all the junk and you realize you just didn't get a lot of sleep. And I'll be honest, I was kind of feeling that today. I did not get a lot of sleep Friday. Friday was a great day, but it was a long day, and it was a 4:30 in the morning till 2 in the morning day. That is a long day. There were a lot of emotions, a lot of good things going on, but it was a lot. And today that's hitting me, and I'm feeling tired, and I found myself kind of wanting the chocolate a little more than normal, and I had some, and that's okay. We'll talk about that too. But definitely getting enough sleep and getting better sleep is going to help reduce those cravings. And there's two things. I mean, I would say there's a lot of tips for sleep. That could be a whole live in itself. I've done a lot of posts and blog posts just on sleep. Two things that you need to put down for better sleep: your coffee cup and your phone. Now, those are two things that are hard for me to put down, but it makes a huge difference. So too much caffeine is going to keep you up at night. I don't care what you say. Even if you say, oh no, I always fall asleep when I have caffeine. I do too, but then I wake up at night. So, you find out what works for you. For me personally, I've learned that I need to cut out the caffeine afternoon unless I'm going to be up like later than normal. Otherwise, I'm just not going to sleep as well. And obviously just watch that consumption in general. And then your phone or your other devices. Look, I'm here on Instagram. I mean, my phone is my business. But that blue light, especially at night, stimulates your brain. It also is disrupting your production of melatonin, which is a substance produced by your body that helps you sleep. So I do use blue light blocking glasses. That's what these are. They definitely help. But really, once you get into bed, you need to just put that phone down, because you end up scrolling mindlessly. So it's not just the blue light, it's the fact that you're scrolling mindlessly, and you get caught up, and next thing you know, it's like 45 minutes later, and you're down some crazy social media rabbit hole that you never intended to go down. And you are absolutely right, Priscilla. Yes, caffeine will screw up our sleep. I mean, it does it to me. I know it. If I want something in the afternoon, I'll do a little matcha sometimes. But so some other things that can help your sleep: the blue light glasses are helpful. I have these in my Amazon store. There's a bedtime routine section. It's up towards the top. Also, I have recently started using a weighted blanket. That is helping me fall asleep a lot faster. I still wake up sometimes, but I find myself even when I wake up, I'm taking these off now because the glare is just crazy from the ring light. When I wake up, it's easier for me to fall back to sleep. So I find the weighted blanket very, very soothing. Also, taking magnesium before bedtime can help. And I have the specific magnesium that my sister and I both take in my Amazon store. I'll add, not that this has to do with sleep or sugar cravings, it does also help keep you regular, which, that's a nice thing too. I've experimented with CBD. That's a whole other live, but that has been very helpful. So there's a lot of different things you can do to improve your sleep. But I would say the two biggest and simplest, and they are completely free: put down your coffee cup and put down your phone. So getting quality sleep is my first tip for reducing sugar cravings and really emotional eating in general. That is going to help you. Okay, number 2 tip is make sure you are eating the right things. And we don't have time here to go into a whole, this isn't a whole diet thing, but there's 3 things that are going to really make a difference, and that is making sure you're getting enough fat, enough protein, and enough water so you're staying hydrated. So fat and protein keep us satiated. Fat literally helps to calm our brains. Our brains are made of mostly fat. And I'm talking high quality fat here, like avocados, extra virgin olive oil, eggs, fatty fish, things like that. Protein also keeps us satiated. When you are satiated, when you are satisfied, you are less likely to be picking at the sweets. So that's important there. Also, staying hydrated, drinking the water. Sometimes I'll do herbal teas in the winter when I'm cold and I just, hey Brandy, how are you? And, but you really want to stay hydrated also. Sometimes we think we're hungry and we're honestly just thirsty. But, you know, when I'm talking about the fat and protein keeping you satiated, let me give you an example. Oh, this keeps going dark. It's been great. I have to keep touching my phone or it fades out. Anyway, if you eat a steak, say you had steak and some broccoli or asparagus for dinner, eating that steak, which is a combination of protein and fat, like you're going to feel pretty satisfied. You're not going to say, gee, I could eat a whole other steak. But if you had a bagel or a couple of cookies, it's really easy to say, wow, I can eat another bagel or some more cookies, because those empty carbs just don't satisfy us in the same way. They tend to keep us wanting more and more and more. I'm not saying don't ever have them, but I'm just saying when you're getting enough, there it goes again, when you're getting enough protein and fat, that helps keep you from craving the empty calories of the sweets. And again, staying hydrated, that's just important anyway, it makes your skin glow too. Also, all that healthy fat gives your skin a glow. Even the skin all over your body, I do not need to moisturize that much because I get enough fat in my diet. So that's huge. So that was my number 2 tip. If you're just hopping on now, we are talking about reducing sugar cravings and emotional eating, which is so important, not just over the holidays, but year round. And this will be saved in my feed. So for those of you who are hopping on late, it's okay if you missed the beginning. Number 3 tip is to look for some healthier ways. What did you, Priscilla said, yep, eat them occasionally. Yes. So my number 3 tip is look for some healthier ways to satisfy those sweets cravings. So, look for something that might satisfy you and feel indulgent, but is actually doing your body a favor. Some examples for me would be berries. I just love raspberries and blueberries when they're fresh and really good. And sometimes that's enough of a sweet treat and it feels indulgent. It feels special to me. I also like the really super dark chocolate. I say this is my badass chocolate. You can start with 70% and kind of work your way up. But this actually is extremely low in sugar. It's a nice source of magnesium and even fiber. And it's so satisfying and chocolatey that you don't need to eat a lot of it. So something like this, if it's your thing, again, it's not, if you hate it, that's okay. Something else, and this is an open container and it looks a little like greasy and drippy, but I find having something like cashew butter, which does have that fat, so it's very satiating, but it has a naturally sweet taste, even though there's no sugar added. It tastes very indulgent to me. So sometimes when I want something sweet, just a spoonful or 2 of cashew butter kind of scratches that itch. And, again, it's very satisfying. Tricia said the only chocolate I can eat is bittersweet because I have food allergies. Interesting. Priscilla, 4 dark chocolate covered almonds. That is a great solution. You're getting the chocolate and the nuts, the healthy fat. That is awesome. And that's another great suggestion. Yes, chocolate covered almonds. Yum, yum, yum. And I like that you have 4 of them, that's enough for you. You're not eating them by the bucket. Because, with any of these things, I find a lot of times with sweets, what people tell me is that that's where they can't stop. And I've been there too. Where sometimes it's like 1 or 2 or 3 isn't enough and you just kind of keep going. And that's what we're trying to avoid. So looking for some healthy ways to satisfy these cravings. So it's just I find certain herbal teas that have a naturally sweet taste. I'm obsessed with this Bengal spice from Celestial Seasonings. Hey, Evan, there's no caffeine in this. So, I can drink this before bed. But it has just this naturally sweet taste and it's kind of spicy too, like a chai. So sometimes this is very satisfying. Hey, Greta, how are you? So again, another thing also, just making healthier versions of some of these treats. And I have another visual aid for you. I forgot to grab this. As I said, I had some technical difficulties today, but I've put together some of my favorite healthier versions of recipes in this Happy, Healthy, and Not Holiday Treats. This is a free ebook. There's a link in my bio. I'll also put a clickable link in the description of this video. You just enter your email address. It'll come right to your inbox immediately. But this, you can look at it online or print off the recipes. But there's like low carb gingerbread cookies that are unbelievable. Pumpkin spice bars that are like the yummiest. Like, I can't even believe how good they are. I can't believe I came up with the recipe. And one of my all-time favorites, my Keto coconut cookies with chocolate drizzle that are to die for, So that's what you get. There's a couple other recipes in here. This is totally free. So much fun. Highly recommend this. So sure, you can make healthier versions of some treats. So all these recipes are grain-free, gluten-free, sugar-free. I usually use monk fruit when I'm baking stuff like this. And they're going to be much lower in carbs, and they've got healthy ingredients in them, healthy fats that are going to satisfy you. What I do though when I make some of these healthier treats is you can still go overboard on healthy treats. So I will freeze most of them. If I bake a batch, for example, of these, I actually thought about making some to show you guys. I just ran out of time, but if I make a batch of these coconut cookies, which are seriously the best thing ever, I'm not going to, I could end up eating them all. So I'll pack most of them up in the freezer. I'll wrap them in, I'll put them in little Ziploc bags of 2 or 3, and then I can grab them if I want a little snack. And I'm not going to eat the whole batch all at once, because just like all of us, when you get started in those sweets, it's hard to put them down, especially depending on your mood, what else is going on in your life, did you get enough sleep, whatever. So that's my third tip, is look for some healthier ways to satisfy those sweets cravings. Okay, my fourth tip is to reduce stress. And this is especially, when our eating is when it's emotional eating, triggered by things that are going on. And here's the thing, when you're stressed out and you reach for the cookies, that's not the time to think about this. The key is to, if you start some type of a daily morning practice, we're all a little different, but whether it's you're doing the meditation, affirmations, some breathing, all of these things, it's easier to get yourself into that calm state. And there's something that I shared last week that was really popular, so I'm going to share it again because I find it can be a great tool to pull out when you feel the stress mounting, and it'll be really easy to reach for the cookies or chocolate or whatever. And that's this 6-2-7 breathing method. It's super simple, but you don't want to wait till you need it to try it for the first time. So I recommend doing this in the mornings. I do it kind of to start any type of meditation that I'm doing. It just gets me really centered, and it's very simple. We're going to do it together. You're going to breathe in for a count of 6. Inhale through your nose. Slow inhale for a count of 6. You're going to hold for a slow count of 2. And then exhale for a count of 7. And it's best to do this a few times in a row. We're going to do it together right now. You ready? And you do this eyes open, closed, whatever. So we're going to inhale for 6. Slowly. Ready? Hold for 2. Exhale through nose or mouth for 7. And doing that a few times in a row is magical. And here's why it helps so quickly. Just focusing, and Trisha knows this, and those of you that have been practicing know it, just focusing on the breathing and the counting is bringing you back to the present moment. And that in itself is very calming, but there's also something about when the exhale is longer than the inhale, that is activating your body's parasympathetic nervous system that helps you relax. So that is a wonderful way to deal with stress. Also, when you feel this stuff coming on, go outside for a walk. That helps you process it, gets your body moving, and it gets you away from the temptation a lot of times. Something else that works for me is just my daily use of affirmations and visualization. So I know how I want my body to look and feel, how I want my life to look and feel. And having that vision in mind can be very helpful because it can help me to think about where do I want to be, and to know that it's okay to have a treat, but that if I go overboard, I'm probably not going to feel as well the next day. I might have a bit of a sugar hangover. I might feel a little bit sluggish, and that might make my workout might not be as good, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So just having that vision of what I want my life to look like and feel like helps me as well. So definitely reducing stress and having some techniques that you can call on, like the walking, like the breathing when you feel it coming on, so you don't dive into the bag of chocolate chips or M&Ms or Hershey Kisses or whatever your thing is. For me, it's kind of all of the, it could be all of the above. Okay, my last tip, and this is the one that might surprise you, and that is this. If there is a special treat that you really look forward to this time of year or any time of year, go ahead and eat the damn candy. Do so intentionally. Enjoy it. Savor it. Do it without any guilt or regret. Unless you have some horrible allergy or something, Tricia said she has some allergies, but as long as it's something that isn't going to trigger some type of reaction for you, there is nothing wrong with having an intentional treat and enjoying it, whether it's the coffee, the chocolate, the cake, whatever it is, the eggnog with all the stuff in it, whatever it is, to really have it, savor it, enjoy it, and this keeps going dark, it's making me crazy, and move on. So eat the damn candy, no punishment, no guilt, no regrets. Just enjoy it. That is my fifth and last tip. So let's do a little recap for those of you who hopped on late. And a couple of things I want to tell you about real quick. I was telling you tonight, in case you're hopping on right now, because I do see some new people still joining. Yes, Priscilla, you agree. You do that once in a while. I know. I remember when you posted some giant cookie that you're enjoying, and I was like, you go. Priscilla's amazing. She's super disciplined and regular with her workouts and her running, and you can do this and have the treats. It's all good. So tonight I was talking about my top 5 ways to reduce sugar cravings, and this helps with emotional eating as well. And first is make sure that you're getting enough sleep, because that is going to help regulate the satiety hormones. And I gave some tips for getting sleep. This is going to be saved in my feed. Next is make sure you're getting enough quality fat, protein, and drinking enough water. This is all going to help keep you satiated, that you don't feel as much of a need to pick at things. Number 3 is find some healthier ways to satisfy your sweets cravings. And I gave some examples there. Number 4 is find ways to reduce stress that can lead to emotional eating and craving the sweets. A big one is the breathing technique that we just practiced together. That has been helpful to me in so many stressful situations, and I'm hearing from those of you that have been trying it that it is helping you as well, and that's why I'm sharing it again. And then my last tip is, when there is that thing that you really want and you love and you look forward to every year, just go ahead and eat the damn candy, whatever it is, get on with your life. This is a thing of Hershey's. They're honestly not my favorite. They're kind of like fake M&Ms. I just think it was cute. I just got it for my reels that I was doing, but I don't really need to eat these. I'll just give these to somebody. So I mentioned that I do have this fun, free ebook, Happy, Healthy, and Hot Holiday Treats. So if you want to grab this for yourself, you can look at this online, but I made it so that it's printable, so you can actually take it into the kitchen with you, because I am a paper recipe kind of a girl. I do them, sometimes I'll pull stuff on my laptop, but I kind of like to have it right in front of me on paper. So you can print this out, try some of my favorite recipes, so much fun, link in my bio, or I'll put a clickable link in the description of this video if you are catching it on the replay. Highly recommend this. It's a lot of fun. Love coming up with fun freebies for you guys and sharing this stuff, because, I share these recipes, people love them, but then sometimes they'll be like, it's a couple months later and they don't want to scroll through their Instagram feed to find it or find the blog post. So that's why I like to make printable things for you, so you can print it off and keep it. And if you are desiring more one-on-one support, I am here to help you. Especially, dealing with these cravings and emotional eating is something that I have worked with clients on, because many times somebody wants a little more individual support for their own personal situation. And I've done that where we've identified the things that are triggering them to overeat or reach for the sweets or the other, other things that are kind of messing with their overall health plan. And we'll look at what we can do, what they can do. Why is this, hey Susie, why is this triggering them? And what can they do? So that is the type of thing that I love to work with people one-on-one and deal with their individual situation. So I offer, I'm not taking on long-term coaching clients right now, but I do offer 90-minute intensives. It's $111. There's a link in my bio if you want to click that for more information. And this gives you individual support so you can reach your goals. Sometimes you just need some fresh eyes to look at your situation. A lot of times the people that I work with, this is always the case. Like they know what they need to be doing and they're doing the right things and they just need a few little tweaks to get everything really flowing for them. So if this is something you're interested in, again, there's a link in my bio, or just message me 111 to shoot me a DM and I'll send you that link, if you don't want to find my bio or whatever. So I'm hoping that this helped you. These Sunday Night Lives are a lot of fun. I am here every Sunday night at 7 doing a live coaching session, walking you guys through the things that you're telling me that you need. So next week, we're going to go back to some mindset. Next week is going to be all about manifestation. And I'm going to share some of my real life, very personal stories about some of the crazy shit that I have manifested. One time I decided I needed a snake for a photo shoot. And I'm telling you, when I tell you a snake landed in my lap in 20 minutes, a snake landed in my lap in 20 minutes. So I've manifested crazy stuff. I'm going to tell you some of my stories and share some of my secrets that you can take and use in your own life. Also, I'm doing some more lives this week. And this is because I've done my job right now. Restaurants are shut down in Pennsylvania. And once again, so normally I work all day on a Monday. I'm a server bartender just one day a week. But since I'm not doing that, and since there have been so many new oh, you're so welcome, Priscilla. Since there have been, I'm glad you love these tips. Since there have been so many new followers, just in the past week and a half, a lot of new people have started following me. I decided to kind of go back to basics. The Happy, Healthy, and Hot basics. Happy, Healthy, and Hot is more than just a cute name. It is a cute name. Got to take credit for that. I came up with it in 2014 and just kind of ran with it. But Happy, Healthy, and Hot is more than just a name. It's a lifestyle. It's a very unique combination of mindset, nutrition, and fitness that really works. This is going dark again, and I am living proof of it at 54. I feel better than I ever have in my life. And I like to, and I'm here to share that with you. So I'm going to be going live the next 3 nights at 7. Monday, we're going to talk about happy. That's the mindset stuff. Tuesday, healthy, the nutrition stuff. And Wednesday, hot. And that's workouts, but it's a lot more than that. It's the whole kind of own your sexy vibe that I like to share with you. So anyway, if you guys have questions, drop a comment. I will answer them right now. If not, I'm going to hop off because I like to keep these short and sweet for you so you can get on with your night. It's going dark again. This will be saved in my feed. So if you're hopping on now, you can watch from the beginning. Again, I was just sharing my top 5 tips to reduce sugar cravings. These help with emotional eating also. And I just think it's so important during the holidays, during a global pandemic, and let's face it, during life, because shit happens. We want to eat all the crap. And it ends up throwing us off our plan, and we can get that under control and get on with it and enjoy our lives. So if no one has any questions, I'm going to sign off. Thank you so much, and have the most amazing rest of your evening. Bye.